1984 is directed by Patty Jenkins and stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, and Pedro Pascal, and tells the story of Diana, a prince after World War I, is living with human society, and once she discovers a rock that can apparently grant wishes, she wishes Steve Trevor back, and he does come back. But two other people, a close colleague of hers, and a TV person now who wants to run an oil business and is on the verge of bankruptcy, want a piece of that cake, and it starts consuming them, and Wonder Woman has to try and stop these guys from destroying the world by granting these wishes. I really loved the first Wonder Woman film. I thought it was one of the best DC films to come out at that time, and that wasn't really saying much. So I was very excited to hear that Patty Jenkins is coming back to direct, and most of the original crew members will also be returning as well. Also, Hans Zimmer is coming back to DC to do the score here, and he does a fantastic job. I love the recurring themes that came from other films and some of the newer themes as well. And overall, I had a very fun time with Wonder Woman 1984. I thought it was a fairly good sequel, though I don't think it reaches the heights of the first film. I think that first film was lightning in a bottle for DC. What I do love about this film was the way its characters are presented. Because there is more time for this film to establish them and make them characters before caricatures, I thought they worked brilliantly. Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord brings enough cheese, mayhem, and insanity to the performance while giving his character a lot of humanity, and he worked very well for me in the film. I love the way his character is introduced and set up, and then the way his character concluded at the very end. I thought it was very different from most other superhero villains that I've seen in the past few years, and he really sold me in this role. Also, Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. While I do think one scene should have included her transforming into Cheetah before she became Cheetah, as we saw in the trailers, I do think her as a character and her performance worked very well here. And Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, again, they knocked it out of the park. I love these two characters, especially together, and their chemistry with one another very much worked for me here. I loved the reversal role of Chris Pine's Steve Trevor being the fish out of water in this scenario, because he is in 1984, no longer in World War I. It was a joy to see him be excited about this role again. And again, their chemistry with one another, you really buy into it. These characters do really love each other, and they actually help each other out in action sequences. And Chris Pine is never portrayed as a bumbling idiot, and I love him in this film. And Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, while I don't think her performance is quite up to par as in the first film or in any of the other DC films, except for Justice League and Batman vs. Superman, basically the first film then, I think she still worked very well as a character. And her character arc in this film about desire is very much satisfactory, and that's basically the whole theme of the film. The desire and what you want, but how much will it cost from you? Because you could want a lot of things, but it could take something away from you. And I thought it worked very well in the film. Though if I do have to say some other negative stuff, apart from that one scene needed for Cheetah to transform into Cheetah, I would say that the story did do some cliches, and it wasn't the most engaging, because I felt like there's some cliche stuff here and there. But for the most part, I thought it worked pretty compellingly, and those cliches kind of added a bit of 80s cheese to the whole scenario. Though I do think it went a little bit over the top in the first action scene in 1984. That you probably know what I'm talking about. It's one of the first action scenes with the Wonder Woman as an adult, aside from the opening flashback. The first action scene of her as an adult with Gal Gadot. While I do like it, it was a bit too cheesy. Some of the choreography was a bit weird. Some of the special effects don't match up in a way, I would say. But it was a very minute problem. And the story, as I said, was a bit cliched. Whereas I felt like first film, it was more focused. Here it was a little less focused, and I think that's because Patty Jenkins was trying to do something different with this film. It wasn't able to really catch the same lightning in the bottle, and I don't think she was trying to. I think she was just trying to do something different, but yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed Wonder Woman 1984. The action scenes were great, the score was great, the performances were fantastic. I don't think it is as good as the first film, but I still had a very good time, and I'm going to give Wonder Woman 1984 a B+. Don't skip the post-credit scene. There's something special at the end if you're a Wonder Woman fan, and there's a lot of fan service here that you'll really much enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. People like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.